What's going on, Jerome's? Another day closer to the draft. Another day taking a look at a mock draft by one of the NFL draft prognosticators, notably Bucky Brooks, NFL Network. And we've talked about how I love Bucky and Daniel Jeremiah, Move the Sticks podcast. They do great work together. I love their perspective because they're former NFL scouts, still have a lot of contacts in the league, and their mock drafts are really entwined in both what they see as former professional scouts, well, current professional scouts, as well as what they're hearing from around the league. So every time, whether it's a move in Bucky or DJ's mock draft that makes you go, it does make you sit up and pay a little bit more attention. And then all of a sudden that matriculates down to the draft community is like, oh, yeah, I had Travon Walker going top 3 long time ago. Also, this randomly reminds me, so in a former corporate life, we were putting together a website, and it had one of these pop-up ads things, right? A designated ad spot for Google Ads or whatever. And the person overseeing the project, who has no idea how to put together a website, was just like, I took a look at the website at home on my personal computer, and I don't think that we should have pornography ads on our website. This is a family-friendly business. And it's like, okay. Right. And so that... he does not know how ads are selected for you, man. It's funny. Anyways, so Bucky Brooks, mock draft 3.0, at 1, Aiden Hutchinson, Jaguars, yeesh. Travon Walker going to Lions, where Travon Walker is going to be a big problem. And I think that the comps to Danielle Hunter are not one for one perfect, but Walker, in terms of being a much better professional than he was a college player, yes, I think that the parallels between him and Danielle at LSU, he have the 4.5 career sacks in Baton Rouge, will be accurate, where Walker can play multiple positions. He can really get after the quarterback, and I think that his best football is ahead of him. I'm not ready to say he's going to go 1 to the Jaguars. It wouldn't necessarily shock me. Yeah. 3, Texans. So Kevin Thibodeau going to the Texans. So edge. It's a passer and get the passer league, and we're loading up on getting the passer because Bucky also does not have any quarterbacks going in his first round, which is just, I don't know if that's what he's seeing. It's to a degree what he'll be hearing, but the quarterback tax is legit, man. I still think that there will be 2, if not 3, maybe even. Between 2 and 3 quarterbacks taken in the first round. So Thibodeau going to the Texans, where they need a lot of help, and getting a premier edge rusher, which Thibodeau has the ceiling to be, yes, makes sense. 4, Jets. So they double dip on defense. Again, Sauce Gardner at 4. Yeah. I love me some Sauce. I think that he is a true blue alpha dog cornerback 1, a guy that's going to travel from day 1, but he goes to my guy Rob Salah. And also they double dip at 10 because Kyle Hamilton falls down to them. Oh, he ran a slow 40. Oh, you don't take safeties that high. You do now. That's right. So that Jets secondary just got a huge upgrade with these 2 first-round picks. And then the Giants with their 2 first-rounders. So Evan Neal and Jermaine Johnson the second, the pride of Eden Prairie, building up from both trenches. I like it a lot. 6, Panthers. Now, they certainly could go quarterback here, but Sticky Icky Ekwonu, we're putting him opposite Taylor Moton, row the boat. Makes sense, man. So keeping him in the Carolinas. And Ekwonu, I understand why the Giants went with Neal. I think that his floor is a little bit higher than Ekwonu, except Icky's ceiling is just unlimited. Like, he's well, they're both physical freaks, but I think Icky could be that dude. 8, Falcons certainly could entertain quarterback. Maybe they'll grab one on the flippity-flip in the second round, but Garrett Wilson, G-Dub, Calvin Ridley, 19-team parlay, whatever. So they need some wide receiver help. Also lost Russell Gage to the Bucks. Mariota is going to be at the quarterback spot, probably be battling with second-round rookie TBD. But Pitts and G-Dub over the middle, I like that one a lot. 9, so the Seahawks could go a lot of different directions here. They could go edge rusher, they could go tackle, they could go quarterback, they could go wide receiver, especially if and when they do let DK Metcalf go. But they need to replace Bobby Wagner, and Devin Lloyd is that guy. He's a great leader, a physical specimen, was fantastic for the Utah Utes. Makes sense. Hamilton, we talked about, where people are going to overthink Kyle Hamilton, where I understand he doesn't play a premium position, but he might be the best player in the draft. He is. Oh, also, I was looking at Air Max Plus. That's how ads get tailored for you, man. 11. So the commies take I probably would have taken Stingley at 12 if he was available. And I understand the questions, a lot of injury concerns, a lot of production concerns over the last 2 years. But that 2019 true freshman season sticks out. One of the best cornerbacks of all time in a single season. And if he can pan out that potential, yeah, he'll be that guy. I think he will be up there with Sauce Gardner. But Washington, yeah, they need a little bit of help in that secondary. So getting Stingley in this spot makes sense. 12. So the Vikings, my guy Trent McDuffie is still on the board. And for me, he is cornerback 3 in this draft. But Andrew Booth, I understand the hype. I get it a lot. Here's what Bucky wrote. The high IQ technician is a scheme-friendly cover corner with the talent and tools to play at an all-star level from day one. Now, this is the highest I've seen Booth in most of the mock drafts. I think that he has the potential to be I think that he is a top 20, top 25 type player. Like I mentioned, this is the highest I've ever seen him. I don't think I've ever seen him mocked to the Vikings, especially with McDuffie on the board. If given my choice, I would still take McDuffie, but I understand with Booth. He's got size, he's got great length, he's got a huge wingspan, as well as there are some concerns, especially experience, where he has less than 1,000 defensive snaps during his time in Clemson. It was basically a 1.5-year starter, and also he didn't work out at the combine or his pro day because he's undergoing core muscle surgery, but he'll be fine there. But I think that Booth does have the potential, where I think that he is a little bit better of a man corner than McDuffie, but McDuffie better zone, better all-around cornerback, but the potential for Booth is certainly up there, and I do like him a lot. I would understand it. If things are close between Booth and McDuffie, you go with the longer guy, or you go with the faster guy, or you go with XYZ guy. So you're always going to, if things are close, and if there's a tiebreaker needed, it does come down to measurables, and so Booth would be the guy. 13. Texans. This is a pick that they got from the Browns. Drake London, power forward, just throw it up, man. Yeah, that's right. They got Davis Mills just throwing jump balls. Stanford hooking up a USC. I like it. 14, McDuffie to the Ravens. McDuffie is just a dog. Like, McDuffie, Ravens cornerback. Who does he remind me of? It's Chris McAllister. He reminds me a bit of Chris McAllister. Better tackler, but yeah, Trent McDuffie, who I've compared to Antoine Winfield Sr. I think he's a 5'11 version. Yeah, he's just a rough and tumble dude. He'll fit in with the Ravens defense. Eagles, so they got 3 picks. So they got Olave, they got Kyler Gordon, McDuffie's teammate at Washington. Ooh, a run on cornerbacks early on, as well as they get Linderbaum. Oh, that's gross. That's gross, man. All right, so they get a fun wide receiver weapon to go with Devontae Smith, as well as Kyler Gordon, who I think could be a true cornerback 1 as well. Plus, they get Linderbaum, who eventually will be Jason Kelsey's replacement. That's messed up. Eagles, Howie, you did it again. 17, the Chargers. How could this have worked out any better for the Chargers? Where Charles Cross, you put him in a right tackle, and he's just a physical freak as well. But then you got Charles Cross and Rashawn Slater as your bookends for Justin Herbert. That's amazing. Studley. 18. So if the Saints are truly going to build around Jameis Winston, which I don't know, but Trevor Penning coming in, big nasty coming out of Northern Iowa. Terran Armstead jetted to the Dolphins, so putting Penning opposite of Ramczyk, sure. Linderbaum, we talked about. 20, Jan Dotson. Where the Steelers, I would be shocked if no quarterbacks were taken, and the Steelers are here at 20 if they don't take a quarterback, whether it's Willis or Pickett or Corral or Howell or whoever. I think that this would be a quarterback here. But Jan Dotson for Penn State, I think that he is overlooked in terms of this wide receiver class. I think that he's a stealth option, keeping him in the Keystone State. And the Steelers, of course, have been fantastic at drafting wide receivers. So, yes. 21, Patriots done it again. So, Roger McCreary gets into the first round. I think that he's a fringe first, a high-end second-round pick. But they lost J.C. Jackson. They punted on Gilmore last year. And Belichick has just been phenomenal at getting new cornerbacks and recycling them in the system. 22, first of 2 first-round picks are the Packers. So, yeah, they need some help along the offensive line. And Bernard Raymond, where the former college tight end, became a tackle, didn't do so great at the Senior Bowl, but tested great as well. You're betting on potential there. So, plopping his ass in at right tackle, opposite Bakhtiari, sure. 23, Cardinals. I am so glad that the Packers didn't pick up Jordan Davis. I really am. And I understand Kenny Clark, Jordan Davis, they have a lot of crossover, but you would have played both of them at the same time. at the same time, man. It would have been annoying, just disgusting. But the Cardinals, yeah, they need help all over the place. Definitely could go cornerback here, even though there's a run on corners. Definitely could go edge because they lost Chandler Jones. Definitely could go interior offensive line, wide receiver. But Jordan Davis, I think, is just a BPA at this point. 24. So Cowboys certainly could go offensive line here, but Boye Mafe is that dude where they missed out on Randy Gregory, they missed out on Daniil, they missed out on Za'Darius, they missed out on a bunch of edge rushers. So, yeah, they need to get after the quarterback. 25, Bills, Zion Johnson. I like this one. I like this one where they do need a little bit of help on the interior offensive line. Zion Johnson can play guard. He also played a little bit of tackle at Boston College and has been working at center. So, yeah, protecting Josh Allen is a plus here. Tennessee Titans. If Tennessee has their choice of quarterbacks, I don't see how they don't take Malik Willis or Corral or Ritter or Pickett. I don't know. But Kenyon Green, yeah, so they punted on Roger Saffold, who was aging out. Green would slide right on in the offensive line opposite Nate Davis. Yes, 27. Devontae Wyatt and Vita Vea together on the inside as the nose and 3-tech respectively, or other way around, you know what I mean? But, yeah, phenomenal. Devontae Wyatt, extremely disruptive in the college football playoff. 28, second of the two Packers' first-round picks. Christian Watson, the pride of NDSU, so now I have to hate him with the fury of 1,000 suns, but he's got size, he's got speed, he's got explosiveness and agility. I think that he really showed that he's an away from the body catcher more at the Senior Bowl as well as the Combine. So Watson could be a problem in short order. 29, Chiefs. So they're trying to replace Tyreek Hill. Hardman ain't it. Juju certainly ain't it. MVS definitely ain't it, even though they paid for it. But Sky Moore gets in the first round, man. I think Sky Moore just could be that dude. Absolute Jets, pride of Western Michigan. I think he'll be a lot of fun with Patrick Mahomes. 30. Back-to-back Jack. So they also let go of Honey Badger, but Dax Hill is a phenomenal safety. I think that he is safety 2. Well, him and Brisker are pretty close in terms of being safety 2 in this class. So he goes to Kansas City. 31, Bengals. So they already checked the box in terms of offensive line in the free agency. So they're able to do whatever they want. Logan Hall, I think that he is a little bit underrated. I think that he gets lost in the shuffle in terms of some of these freak edge rushers, but really phenomenal career at Houston. And I think that he could certainly sneak into the first round. And then lastly, the Lions. I don't know how. Again, Arnold, I don't know how they don't go quarterback here. Unless they're just planning to take him at the top of the second round. I don't know. Like, how is this not Malik Willis? How is this not Desmond Ridder? How is this not Kenny Pickett? How is this not Matt Corral? How is this not Sam Howell? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But, yeah, the Vikings going cornerback at 12. Not the one that you expect, but, of course, Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell's big board is going to be a lot different than ours. It's going to be a lot different than yours. It's going to be a lot different than these NFL draft analysts as well. But that's super interesting. Again, Bucky dialed in as good as anyone in terms of TV pundits, tied in with scouts and decision makers. So I think that this should raise an eyebrow. Like the fact that he's so high on Andrew Booth, where a lot of the other draft prognosticators aren't so much. Things that make you go, just a little bit. But your thoughts are thoughts. Take a look at Bucky Brooks Mock Draft 3.0. Vikings go cornerback, but not the cornerback you're thinking of. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts, on his thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.